Welcome back to Fabricating Awesome Stuff. In today's episode, I'm going to be installing the exhaust temperature probes. However, I have created a big problem for myself. You see, in order to install the temperature probes, I have to drill holes in the exhaust pipes. And there's a possibility when I drill those holes that metal chips can fall down inside the exhaust. I should have done this prior to installing the turbocharger because I can't take a chance that there might be some chips in there. When I fire up the engine, it would destroy the turbo if there were chips going through it. So what this means is I have to remove the turbocharger, clean out the exhaust pipes and make sure there's no chips in there, and then reinstall the turbo. So it's all doable, but it's going to take more time and effort that was unnecessary if I'd been thinking a little bit further ahead. But that's the way it goes when you're building an airplane. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of these updates. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and thanks for watching. I finished my preliminary run of the wiring for the sensor wires. It's coming from the firewall up to Adel clamps on the engine mount. There's one there, and then there's another one on the engine mount right there. And then it goes through an Adel clamp on the accessory case. And from that Adel clamp on the accessory case, it comes around to an Adel clamp on the oil cooler, and then the sensor wire for the cylinder head temperature is connected to the cylinder, and that's for number 3 and cylinder number 4. Cylinder head temperature is connected to the head right there. On the other side, we've got it branched off from the engine mount. It's going to an 8L clamp on the accessory case. Cylinder head temperature going to number 1, and cylinder head temperature going to number 2. Then these wires, the purple wire is going to the oil temperature gauge that I haven't hooked up yet, and then the second one is going to the exhaust gas temperature for the number 2 cylinder. So the next thing I need to do is drill the holes for the exhaust gas temperature, and we're supposed to come 4 inches from the flange. And I've marked 4 inches on each one of the flanges, each one of the exhaust pipes, and I have to drill a hole for this probe to be inserted in the exhaust. So we're ready to drill those holes so that we can get those installed. I'm going to use my 90-degree angle on my drill in order to get into this tight spot. We're going to be using a cobalt bit, because this is stainless steel, and this is just a pilot hole to begin with. And so we're going to start it slow. Try to get it to bite. Alright, we changed bits. So now we're going to up drill this to the size of the probe, so the probe can go inside. Now that we have a pilot hole, go ahead and drill it here. Okay, looking good. Okay, there are a few burrs on the outside of this. I'm going to just clean those off with a file. Yeah, that looks really good. I think that the position that this is in, it's going to be hard to get to the tightener on the clamp, so I'm going to turn it over and go the other direction with it, so that the adjuster is on the bottom instead of the top, and I think I can get to it better that way. We'll try that. Go ahead and insert this in, the probe in the hole there, and now we'll tighten this down. Okay. Okay, there was no need to have that clamp sticking out that far. Okay, now we're ready to drill the number one cylinder here. Sort of slow. All right, got that. Change the bit. Now we're going to up drill to the size of the probe now. Here we go. All right. Now we'll go ahead and cut off the excess part of this clamp that we don't need. Next, we're drilling cylinder number 4. Start it slow. All right. Okay, change the bit. Go with the bigger hole. Put the probe in there. Now we're going to do the number 3 exhaust pipe for the exhaust gas temperature gauge. And now we're going to up drill it to the right size for the probe. Here we have the exhaust gas temperature probes installed now. This is the probe for cylinder number 1. It's clamped in place. And then cylinder number 2 is coming down and it's clamped in place. Cylinder is cylinder number 4. Coming down and it's clamped in place, and cylinder number 3 is coming down and it's clamped in place. So mission accomplished. We have the exhaust gas temperature probes all installed.